Hello, everyone. I welcome you to our second episode of the Blends of the Virtual World, the India edition. And a special welcome to all existing members of the Blend and also to the ones who are yet to join the Blend family. The Blends of the Virtual World, the India edition, is a series that celebrates some of India's finest talents from the bar world, from mentors to bartenders to the movers and shakers of the Indian bar industry. Today, I have the privilege of being here with Nitin Tewari. Nitin is one of India's best-loved bartenders and bar consultants, and now a business owner as a partner in Gurgaon's hot opening of 2019, Together at 12th. Together is a freestyle restaurant and cocktail bar on the 12th floor of the Le Méridien Hotel in Gurgaon. The space has been created to promote everything local: food, farmers, crafts and craftsmanship, with the aim to be seasonal and sustainable. Nitin has also worked extensively as a consultant mixologist, setting up bars, training bartenders, traveling, understanding guest needs and beverage trends across different cities in India and abroad. From Tully Joe in London, Rue in San Francisco, to Toast and Tonic in Bangalore, Mask in Bombay, and the very famous Egg Bar in New Delhi, just to name a few. I'm going to be talking to him about the prospects and potential for American whiskey in India, and more particularly the latest release from the Beam Suntory in this segment, that is Jim Beam Black. Jim Beam Black is an extra-aged bourbon that was rated in 2016 by the International Wine and Spirits Challenge as the highest-rated bourbon. The extra time that it spends in the barrel allows for more natural caramel and char notes to be extracted from the wood. And it is also a tad stronger than the Jim Beam White, as it is at 43% ABV. So without any further ado, let's welcome Nitin Tewari. Nitin, how have you been, man?
Good,
Good
man.
to see you.
Thank you, thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Same here.
Come. So Nitin, first of all, congratulations on the reopening of Together at 12th after such a long time. We at Beam Suntory are so happy to see you back in business. To you and your team, I know these few months have been challenging, so it's absolutely great to have you guys back in the market. Tell us about how you kept the team motivated across these past few months, and what have you done to stay connected to your consumers?
Yeah, last few months have been very tough for everyone, and we have been trying to reinvent ourselves during these last 6 months, to be honest. As far as the team is concerned, from day one, I still remember the date, 18th of March, when we were all sitting and we just realized that it's one day off, that we all have to just close our restaurant, and we never knew how long this is gonna be. From that day till today, we have been in touch with our team regularly. We do we used to do weekly meetings over on Zoom and everything. Thanks to people like you who were doing online sessions, so we were doing passing that to them, so they were attending that and they were enriching their knowledge. The idea was that tell the staff that this is the time that they always wanted to increase their knowledge and come back with more energy and more knowledge, and help the restaurant and the bar to grow further. And that was the core objective. We made sure that they are part of every decision that we do in a restaurant. Even when we started deliveries, we called them, we asked them how to go about it, what are their ideas, and we are slowly calling all the staff back to the business, because right now also it's very small operations that we are doing. But hopefully in the coming times it will be better for everyone. As far as consumers are concerned, we realize that there has to be a point that we need to maintain a connection between them. So we realize that social media has become a very important part, especially during the lockdown.
Yeah.
And we utilize that to the best that we can. Like my expertise lies in the field of beverages, so I started posting about how to make cocktails at home. And then my partner, who is a chef, so she was doing food related things and everything. And that gave us a really good result. Not only the people who used to come to Together, but also the people, we added a lot of new people into our guest list, who were now aware of a restaurant, a bar in Gurgaon, which is called Together at 12. When we started deliveries, they started ordering from us because they knew what we were doing and what we did during the lockdown. And that really helped us to start a connect between the consumers and the trust among them. And to be honest, now when we are operational, that is all helping because a lot of guests are coming back and they're asking that if you remember, you did a cocktail with lychee and chili and a gin. Can you make that for me? And I said like, do you remember? It's like, yeah, we saw it on your Instagram video, and I was like, wow, brilliant. And
I believe you've done that with Roku.
yeah, I did that with the Roku gin, and it really clicked with people. And I said like, that's brilliant. And so I think that's how we have utilized this whole period, and it has been really helpful for us.
Now, we at Beam Centauri, you have all our support, and we'll do all it takes to support you across the next few months.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, and it means a lot to us.
Always. So tell us, what do you think is the one element or the few elements that you'd always look at when you're putting a menu together?
As far as menu is concerned, the first and the most important things, I never make menus. It's the team who makes the menus, and that's the core objective when I'm either consulting or I'm putting a bar together. The first and the most important thing that I look for is to first put a team together who will understand the concept of the bar or who's in sync of it. Like you will not hire a really serious bartender who is good in cocktail making for a nightclub or vice versa. You need to find the right set of team members to fit into that bill. And once you find that, you need to groom that team to create a good cocktail list. So my aim has always been to find the right team, train them, tell them what exactly is this bar all about, what is the philosophy, and what we need to deliver, and then work as a team to create a great menu. Now, why is that important? It is not that I can't make a menu for a bar today. I can sit down and I can write a menu. It's very easy, but I will not be present there. When you are thinking of a bar, when a guest comes to a bar, they interact with bartenders or the staff there. Those are the people who need to have a full 100% trust on the drinks that are there on the menu. That can only happen when they have made it. It can never happen when someone else has made it and passed it on to them. And that's one thing that I learned quite early. When I was a young bartender, when I used to get a cocktail from outside or a cocktail that I have made, what used to sell more is the cocktail that I have made or my fellow bartender made. And that's what I try to continue in doing what I am doing today. So that's the one most important core thing that I love to do. The second and the most important point that I feel is that whenever we put a menu together, menu is not made for us, it's made for the guest. That's one point that I feel that everyone should understand, because a lot of time it happens your personal preference gets communicated into the menu, and then sometimes it doesn't fit into the requirement of what the bar is or what the audience is. So we really need to understand what your clientele is expecting you to make, or what the bar atmosphere is all about, and create a menu around it. I've seen a lot of menus which has gone wrong in that way, and a lot of menus which have done brilliantly because they have tick marked that particular box. I never loved, my personal preferences are very different from what the drinks that I make. I normally try to understand the audience first, who are my guests, who will come to the bar, what they love to drink, and then make a drink. If they love bitter drink, I'll make it for them. It doesn't matter whether I like it or not. It's their preference. They're paying for it, and they are the main people for me. So I think these are 2 points that I really need to communicate to my team first, work with them as one, and create a perfect cocktail.
That's such a strong point you've made, creating a menu for your guests instead of putting your personal preferences into it. Because many times I can see, you can see to get into a place and great menus, but they often tend to reflect more the philosophy of the team or the bartender than of it being a consumer-focused menu.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think there has to be a balance, right? At the end of the day, it's the consumer that you and I are there for.
Yeah.
And what they like is what you'd want to serve them, right? You walk into certain places where you expect very, complex, complicated menus, and you love those places for that. But there are also places where you'd want to be able to walk in and, order a simple drink. And you shouldn't be frowned upon if you want to order a simple drink. And I think, when you're working with great spirits, it's easy to make simple drinks with delicious flavors, right? So tell me, I'm quite keen to ask you this. On your menu at Together, is bourbon a big category on your menu? Do you use it pretty frequently for your cocktails? And does Jim Beam feature in your original drinks or some of the classics that you serve at your bar at Together?
So as I was mentioning that, when we create a menu, we always think about the clientele, the guest. So how there is a particular framework that I normally work around. Especially most of the bars that I put together, or the bar that I run right now together, I try to understand the clientele, which is the guest, and they what kind of drinks they drink. In India, mostly their classic drinks are quite popular. We pick those up and see if these are the drinks that people are very aware of, or they are going out and drinking. This is the kind of taste profile that they really appreciate. Like as we discussed before, whiskey sour, old fashioned, they are two whiskey drinks which everyone loves. So how can we take those drinks and create two new drinks for them, which they will feel comfortable ordering, and they will get something new from our side. So how we can communicate our bar philosophy through those drinks to them and make them feel comfortable, rather than taking them completely out of the box. And that's how we always try to create cocktails. So if you see any menu that I have done, you'll always see there are 2 or 3 whiskey-based cocktails, and obviously it's always bourbon-based drinks. So that's how all the menus that I plan. And lately, as I said, highballs is something that I really appreciate as a drink, because it's simple, crisp, easy. And in a menu, if you are trying to fix a menu, there has to be some drinks which are little complex, little has some processes involved which require a lot of prep or something like that. But there have to be some drinks that are very simple and easy to fix. And highballs make your menu complete round as well, because it's easy to fix, easy to dispense, and consumers also loves ordering it, and that's what highball do. So 2 to 3 drinks in a menu from whiskey, it always sounds good, and Jim Beam is always the pouring for us in regards to cocktails.
You know what? You're talking so much about drinks. I think it's time we head to the bar and fix ourselves a drink. And I think you've got some great drinks to show us today.
Perfect. Let's do this.
Let's do that. Let's head over to the bar. So Nitin, let's do a tasting of Jim Beam Black. I think we've been waiting for it
for long now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm gonna pour.
Thank you.
Pour some for you, some for me.
That's a nice pour for yourself. I can see the amount you gave me.
So right up front, you see the color. That's beautiful, and I think it's the beauty really is the fact that as an extra aged bourbon, and one that is aged thrice the required 2 years in charred oak barrels, it really gives you this really beautiful deep
tone. It's way more
amber
more
color.
amber color in comparison to the Jim Beam White.
The Jim Beam White, yep. And
the aroma wise as well.
And on the nose, I think it's really nice and intense. You get that wood really leaping out of the glass, and there's this nice sweet vanilla, a lot of the sweet spice that you pick up.
Nice warmth in that. Very good depth.
Absolutely.
Really nice.
Warmth, depth, beautiful words to describe the Jim Beam Black. And I think this is what really makes it different to the Jim Beam White, which I think is which is the largest selling bourbon in the world, and in our portfolio as well. It's the mainstay, and that lends itself brilliantly to cocktails in itself. But then the Jim Beam Black is also again a whiskey in its own league.
Beautiful, loved it. Let's finish it off.
Yeah,
Slowly.
All for you.
Cheers.
So Nitin, as I understand, everything that you do it together, the whole ethos of the bar is to support and promote local, right? From local farmers to working with local suppliers, local vendors, and your menu is also centered around a lot of local ingredients. So what do you have in store for us today? Something that you'd like to show from your menu?
Finally, I'm getting the chance to do what I'm exactly supposed to do. And as you asked me so many questions today, I'm not going to make you one drink. I'm going to make you 2 drinks. So that's the best part. And both are from our menu at Together at 12th. So this is my bar. You're my guest. Give me the space now.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
yours. All yours. Bye-bye.
Welcome to my bar. The first thing I'm going to do is an upcycle highball.
What is it about the highball that you think really makes it such an interesting drink? And for consumers and bartenders alike, it has become such a popular drink once again.
See, I have a one-word answer for your question. It is simple. That's it.
I agree.
The point is that, bartending is not about complicating things. It's about making things simpler.
Yeah.
consumers also want the same. What happens when you make a cocktail which has too many ingredients and everything? They get confused. They are also looking for things which have simple ingredients, made simply, they know exactly what they ordered and they will get it, and that's what Highball do. Bartenders can make it consistently same flavor every single time. They don't have to find 10 bottles to make one cocktail. So it takes 2 bottles, put it together in a glass, give it out. Job easy.
Yeah.
Consumers know what they are ordering, they will get it, and that's the reason Highballs move so lot. Why I do it? Whenever I make a menu for a bar, I realize the bar will become a high volume cocktail bar.
Yeah.
So I need to plan the menu in that mindset that one day when the bar will be selling a lot of cocktails, I need to make sure that drinks are easy to make, and that's how Highballs are always.
That's a great thought. Yeah, absolutely.
Simple, easy.
I think highballs are so good for busy nights. Delicious drinks, despite no matter how busy the service is.
Easy, always.
So what are you making for us today?
Today, as I said, is upcycle highball.
Yeah.
We make this upcycle syrup at our bar, which is at Together. This is made using all the leftovers of oranges and lemon, which is at the end of the day, because you use a lot of fresh orange juice, fresh lemon juice, and normally it goes to a bin. We take them all, put them in sugar, put them in water, heat it up with tea bags. So a lot of iced teas get sold during the daytime. So you take those tea bags, which is masala tea bags, hibiscus tea bag, because we use that for iced teas and everything. So you make this, which is beautiful color of the
and
tea.
you make this in-house.
We make it in-house and everything. It has nice citrusness from this. The spiciness comes from the tea, also the dry mouth feel that comes from tea. Make this in bulk, keep it. And the only way how to turn this into a cocktail, you take this, around 25 ml of this for one drink. So you pour that into a glass, gives you a nice, beautiful color.
Yeah, looks beautiful. Almost got a nice rosy hue to it.
I'm sure you're gonna love this part.
Always.
A good 50 mils measure of your Jim Beam Black. You can add Jim Beam Black or Jim Beam White, whatever you have with you. You can add any. And then finish it off with soda water.
Ooh, that looks nice.
So you don't have to add any extra citrus or something into it. Why? Because when you heat up the lemon and everything, it automatically gives out the juice. When you squeeze a lemon, there's a lot of juice that goes to a waste.
Right.
In this way, by making a syrup, we're actually using that as well.
Right.
That's the reason why it's called upcycle. The garnish of it is very simple. All the squeezed lemons.
Oh, I can see, yeah.
It's just the garnish of it.
It's something you normally bin, but you're using it as a
garnish.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
a
communicates
brilliant
the meaning of this drink to the consumer even before we actually tell the name. We give this and this like, oh, this is squeezed, and it's like, oh, it's upcycled, and that's what the whole idea is. That's your upcycled highball.
thought. Thank you very much. Oh, it looks beautiful. So good. I think the highball is such a perfect drink for any time of the year, whether it's an early evening or afternoon, whether it's summer, whether it's autumn or winter. I think the highball can safely be your go-to drink. And if you're ever in Gurgaon, you must go check out this guy behind his bar at Together at 12 and ask him for one of his special highballs. So Nitin, that was a super highball. And I'm really excited to see what are you going to fix us next.
Perfect. So after this nice, tall, fizzy, refreshing highball, I'm going to do a nice classic old-fashioned.
Oh, I love old-fashioned.
In recent times in India, I'm sure you've seen the huge rise in demand of old-fashioned. With Together, our whole ethos of the outlet is promoting local ingredients, talking about different regional states and different ingredients. I come from Uttaranchal, and my wife comes from Northeast. You also know that.
That goes home
and
for me.
while I was getting married a few years back, I decided, to visit Northeast and see the cuisine, and I realized there are few things which are very unique to both.
Yeah.
This drink pretty much brings both of them together. So I'm gonna do a roasted sesame hemp old fashioned. So sesame seeds, which
beautiful.
is black sesame, comes from the Northeast.
Yeah, we use
hemp
that a
seeds
lot.
Come from Uttaranchal. All come together into a syrup format. This is made in-house. I'll add that
You make
into
this
it.
at your bar?
Yes, we make this at bar. Angustura bitters, Jim Beam Black, what else? And then make an old fashioned out of it. So let's make a drink out of it.
Please.
I'll
Look
not
forward
make
to it.
one, I'll make two. So for 20 mils of this, so 10 ml each for one drink. You can smell it, it's really, really nice.
Wow, that's almost reminds me of something we eat. In fact, white sesame and black sesame is used extensively in making desserts and a lot of meat dishes back home in the Northeast.
That's the complete idea of this dish, that it showcases different regional ingredients from this Northeast area as well as the Uttaranchal, and bring it in the form of a cocktail to people. So all in this. Give it a taste. Tastes beautiful. Now, ice, and then you stir it.
That sounds delicious.
And it tastes delicious too.
I'm sure it does. Can't wait for it.
The nuttiness adds to the character of Jim Beam Black. You know, as Jim Beam Black has been aged more, has more oaky character, more depth, and the nuts. You know, the roasted flavor gives you a different feel to the whiskey altogether. And that's the whole idea about the cocktail itself.
It's very interesting when you say that your the whole hemp seed, the hemp and sesame seed adds to the nuttiness of Jim Beam, works with the nuttiness of Jim Beam Black. And I I recently at a friend's bar, I actually tried something that had popcorn and Jim Beam Black in an old fashioned, and I thought it was really lovely. Ooh, that looks beautiful.
So to garnish this off, we have nice tuile thanks to our kitchen team.
Looks
They made
beautiful.
this with roasted sesame seeds, hemp seeds on top of it. Looks beautiful,
Yeah.
and that's a drink.
Ah.
Roasted sesame hemp
Thank you.
old fashioned.
Nitin,
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, the sesame in that. You know what? This is such a childhood flavor for me.
Yeah.
Back home, we use the sesame for so many different preparations,
And
and this really hits it home for me.
The best part, you know, some people get sesame, other people get hemp, and it literally covers the whole Himalayan belt across. And that's the whole idea
absolutely.
about it.
From the north to the east, right? This really unifies that part of the country, doesn't it?
Perfect. Sitting at home, snowing outside, drinking an old fashioned. What else you can want in your life?
You know what? Why don't you hold on to that old fashioned? Join me outside the bar, and I'm going to set up questions that I have for you. I'm sure you'd be super fast at these ones.
Yeah, with that old fashioned for sure.
Yeah, please.
Let's do this.
So, Nitin, if you were not running a bar, what would you be doing?
I might be doing travel vlogging. I really love doing vlogs and everything. I love seeing them on YouTube right now. And looking at me, you can obviously see food. I love eating food, love traveling because of food. So that might be a combo that I would have been doing if I'm not doing bartending.
Which, according to you, is the one bar trend we can do without at bars?
Okay, a difficult one. See, most of the bar trends that exist are there for a reason, and there is an explanation for everything. But I personally believe that overtly complex drinks that exist is something that we can do without. The reason why we bartenders fix drinks is for the consumers, for the guests. They come to the bar to relax, to enjoy great drinks. They're not coming to experience a science class or a master class on how to become a bartender. It's not a place where we are there to showcase how much science we know or how much ingredients we can incorporate into a drink. Idea is to make them feel relaxed, get them value for money, and make them taste one of the best drinks that we can serve them. And if we can do it without making it complicated, that's the best experience that you can give to the guest. So I think that's one thing that we can do without.
No, I think that's such a powerful thought, because we are there because of the consumers, right? And let's not overtly complicate things all the time.
Yes.
Brilliant. Last one for you.
Okay.
When you switch off, which is the one city that you'd love to go back to?
Okay, the one city that I love to go back to is Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Beautiful part of the world.
One city that I visited during my last job assignment that I had. And I can never get it out of my head. It's something that I just, if I ever think of taking a retirement of my life, that is one city I want to settle and just enjoy my life.
So it's so interesting. My birthday plans are going to be in Ho Chi Minh City this year, but unfortunately, well,
We all celebrated at home.
This year has been an interesting year, so to least to say. But I think we should definitely plan a trip to Ho Chi Minh City
plan it soon,
sometime. Celebrations, no celebrations. Yeah. Nitin, thank you for being here with us today. It has been fantastic having you here as a part of the Blends of the Virtual World, the India edition. And from all of us at the Blend, I think I can very safely say that a big part of your success is the fact that you're self-made, right? Everything that you've done really speaks for it. And along the way, not only have you crafted the success for yourself, but you've also mentored a lot of people along the way, right? And this I see as giving back to the industry, right? And
I've been lucky to meet these young people and help them in somehow in shaping up their career, and that's been a really big achievement for me as well, because that's the only thing I've earned throughout my bartending career. That's what I can say about it.
And I think giving back to the industry is so important. And from all of us at the Blend, thank you so much. I personally, I think I've been I've seen your journey across the years, and I've been so fortunate to see it. I feel so proud for what you've accomplished and what you've given back to the Indian bar industry. So thank you, and absolutely lovely having you with us here at the Blend.
Thank you, Rowan. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and share my thoughts and share my ideas. And it was a pleasure talking to you as always. Cheers, brother.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in for our second episode of the Blends of the Virtual World, the India edition. I'm sure you would have found this very useful and inspiring. Next week, we have someone very interesting on our show. She's one of the finest sommeliers in the country and was also awarded India's Best Sommelier of 2019. She also has a great understanding of cocktails and flavor profiles. I look forward to seeing you join in for our next episode. Until then, don't forget to check out and register yourselves at theblend.world for everything that you ever wanted to know about our craft.